talking with Eddie Burke, and as you've heard already, some very strange, perhaps bizarre experiences that he describes. And I gather that you're about to study one on an RAF station. Do you know very much about the circumstances?
No, all I know is that things have been happening on this airfield of a supernatural type, and I'm being asked to go and see what happens.
Just as I walked out of the door, a figure was stood just where you are, about 6 foot tall, quite broad-shouldered. It was a shadowy figure, and the figure just stayed there and then moved towards the left, towards the approach room door. And I was frightened to death, you know. I ran in and told my colleagues that I'd seen this figure, and they didn't believe me at first, you know. The next couple of nights, I actually came and stood in the landing waiting for this thing to come back, you know, and if I did see it, you know, I'd be able to say to people, look, it's here, you know. A couple of months later, I was coming down from local, coming down these stairs, and, you know, I just walked past this door here, and this figure was stood there again.
The second time you saw it, did you feel equally fearful?
The second time I saw it, I wasn't as frightened as the first because I'd kind of got used to it, you know.
The reason I ask that is sometimes one feels the fear that the entity itself experienced, and sometimes that's the reason, or connected with the reason why it's stuck at this level.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm aware of some psychic atmosphere. It might be possible to get more closely involved in it, with it. I shall see in a moment. I wonder if I might do that. I'll sit on the stairs, I think, and see what happens. We'll see. I'll just go around here and sit down for a few minutes.
Does it affect you, us watching you?
No, I'll try not to let it. The feelings I'm getting at the moment are that this man that you've seen was killed. I think somewhere in this vicinity out on the airfield. I think it was just an ordinary accident. I think he was run down by a vehicle at night. And his back was broken and he was in some considerable pain. He was put on a stretcher and I think he was brought into this building, at least temporarily. Oh, and he died here. There's a great weight on his mind that he'd not prepared himself or his family affairs for this sudden demise. And there's a great anxiety with him to put matters right. He doesn't understand, I think, that a lot of time has passed. This is why he's been here and why he appears. He's got unfinished business on his mind. Somebody's saying, thank you, Brenda. Thank you, Brenda, for playing your part in this, for helping to bring him to the attention of others. Your courage in coming back and waiting to make contact again has been very helpful. wonderful. To him. Thank you, Brenda. There's a wonderful feeling of light and lightness coming through now, and I feel I'm coming to the point where I can just hand over. I've done my bit. The team, to us, the invisible team of spirits on the other side, are now taking him into their care. I say God bless him, and I leave him to their attentions, because now I know he will be quite safe. There's a great feeling of relief and joy coming through. Quite wonderful.
Right.
He won't be seen again.
Great. Well done. Congratulations.
Thanks. Thank you, dear.
Strong experiment. Great. Must be a very satisfying feeling, actually, getting it.
Oh, it is. I mean, it's like turning the key and letting someone out of prison. It's wonderful, really.
Is it? I mean, do you find it very physically exhausting, mentally exhausting?
I'm still carrying some of his, I've got a little of his dying pain. He got, after he was knocked down, his breath began to come very suddenly, and he was gasping for air. That was the feeling I was going through. And this wasn't, I don't think this was air. I don't think this was during wartime at all. I think this has happened during peacetime. It'd be interesting to find out if there was an accident of this sort.